So hello everybody, welcome back to another how to tutorial, and today I'm going to teach you on how to break the game early in Elden Ring Nightreign and how to get OP fast. So let's get started. My first tip or my first advice into getting good in this game or getting like really OP is start by having a designated route. When you open up the map, when you start the game, when you drop off, you gotta check the map on which way to go. So I'll suggest visiting a few camps here, focusing on the boss's affinity or like the boss's like weakness. So let's say you're fighting a Gur, like the weird slime ball thing. I would suggest for you to get some lightning affinity or like lightning grease to make your weapon deal lightning damage, because there's some parts of the bosses when they have like a specific a animation that you will hit them with that weakness. So you need to have a specific weapon so you can like win the game more and be really OP. So my second tip is have really good team compensation. So it's important, per boss on your team comp. Let's say you're facing against, the guy like flying or like the moth and like the scorpion thing. So you do need to have like specific range people, magic affinities, or damage dealers or tanks. So let's say if you wanna have like one tank, one damage dealer, and one like support or range, I'll suggest picking Iron Eye for the range fighter. And for tank, you could go either Raider or you can go Executor because of his guarding and parrying abilities. And not last but not the least, Guardian is pretty good for reviving and helping the teammates, absorb some damage. And last but not least, the damage dealer, I would suggest Recluse. Executor also fits here. And Duchess is good, but his support, more on support. She's more on support. And also Wilder, the main protagonist. It feels like a main protagonist of the game. So always have really good comps and stuff like that. And third tip is have good buffs. So when you like defeat enemies and stuff like that, you can get like buffs like let's say stamina, or like when you experience blood loss, or somebody experiences blood loss, you will get really good damage and stuff like that. So, and also like restore FP when drinking potions. That will be really good on Duchess or Revenant or stuff like that, because they use a lot of fate, incantation, sorceries, like things that absorbs the FP meter. So do prioritize those buffs, but it's pretty good to have those buffs. Also, talismans are pretty important. So when you have like specific talismans, it will give you buffs on a specific talismans, stuff like that. So let's say you have like Malenius prosthesis or Millicent prosthesis and stuff like that. So when you have like Millicent prosthesis, your dex goes up, so that'll be perfect for Executor. And if you also have like Radagon's icon, that'll be perfect for Revenant for halving spell cost and spell time. So that's pretty good. And also, weapon buffs are pretty important. So specific weapons have buffs, like when you're two-handing a specific weapon, you will have more damage. Or if you're dual-wielding a weapon, you will have more damage. So prioritize on the build that you like want for your character. Let's say you're using Executor. So Executor is mostly two ornaments. So you need to have like a sword, or like it doesn't need to be a sword, it just needs to be in your inventory that buffs you when you have like two ornaments. Or you can go handling a weapon, that's on you. So, and play your specific play style. So if you're using a range character, play it like a range, don't really engage much. Or if you're like playing Revenant, you have like squishy health, so you just like take your summons with you and let them attack for you. And it's pretty good. Just like play your play styles. If you're playing Wilder, be aggressive and stuff like that. Not like aggressive, more like be like mobilize and like help people around, revive them and stuff. So it's pretty good. So yeah, that's really important. And also go to specific castles, and it will give you like a stone, Everstone. I like a stone key where you can use it on Evergals. So Evergals are like mini challenge areas that will guarantee you really good rewards. It's either a really good buff or 20,000 runes or 10,000 runes depending on the day. So it's mostly 20,000 runes, 10,000 runes pretty rare. It means like the boss is gonna be really really easy. But if you're in day 2, 20,000 runes is guaranteed. And also, remembrance relics are really good. So if you have like a, main, you should get their relics, the remembrance relics. So a good example of this is Wilder. So Wilder has an additional move. So when you hook shot, his sword will flame up and deal moderate damage. So it's really good to have that for him because it will buff him and stuff like that. And have like really good relics too, like rune boosting for your friends, so you have like more money to level up. And if you're playing a support or like a tank character, you like when you heal everyone around you, so that's pretty good. So focus on those. And also boss's weakness is really important. I already touched on that. So like build around your character on a specific weakness of the boss. And if you can stun them, mostly if you focus on that. So, and also the overworld bosses are pretty good rewards. Have a strategic run, because it only takes 15 minutes for the whole circle to close fully. So you have like 15 seconds to figure out where you should attack the next boss and stuff like that. And last but not the least, visit the merchant. The merchant has a lot of really good stuff. You can use it to upgrade your weapons and buy good stuff like that, and also weapons that have specific buffs that you might be looking for. And visit mines to have those purple whetstone. So when you have that purple smithing stone, you can upgrade your weapon to guaranteed purple. Your starting weapon could be guaranteed to purple if you play your cards right. So that'll be visiting a merchant, getting to the mines, and getting a purple weapon. So yeah, guys, that's my tutorial for you to break the game easily and win a lot, and beat all the Nightlords. So that's my tutorial for you. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.